Welcome to March, the season of, are we doing spring yet, or are we holding on to winter for another 2 months?
I don't know.
No, seriously, you don't know? I would really like to know.
Oh, because of the hedgehog or whatever?
All right, so unlike Mother Nature in March, the Haven newsletter won't play games with your head. I'm Graham Allen, senior real estate broker with That Properties, and guess what? I'm a top 1% realtor in the Chicago Association of Realtors, and this over here, over that way, that's Jonathan Tink. He's not just a, but the loan officer over at Compass Mortgage. He's not like the only one. He is the best one, right? So let's make that clear. All right, so we're going to give you a quick rundown of what the real estate market is looking like for home buyers and sellers out here in the western suburbs, as well as we're going to give you an idea of the interest rates, where they've been, where they're at now, and where they're headed, maybe. I don't know. So last month, I stuck with my prediction for the first half of 2022 based on kind of those January and February stats. Okay. Well, mayhem broke out overseas, and it's got me shiftier than Giovanni Ribisi's Sneaky Pete. That's a joke, Tink. Do you not know who Sneaky Pete or Giovanni Ribisi is? I guess not. All right, look that up. Amazon Prime. Cool. All right, but hopefully Tink can help me decipher which way is up and which way is down here in just a minute. But first, let's check the stats. Homes for sale. Nope, nothing good here just yet. So still down roughly 50% from our all-time low, same as last month. And as I said before, this should start to pick up in the next 15 to 20 days. Look, that couldn't be soon enough for those buyers that have been looking since March 1st of 2021, right? So market time is still creeping up, right? I know everybody feels like every home sells within 2 days. Well, that's not actually true. So yes, certain homes and certain price ranges are selling faster than they ever have before. And yes, that's still happening today. But we are seeing a rise in time for kind of those upper level homes. Those buyers are being a little more cautious with their dineros. So overall average is creeping back up. I expect this to level off when we see more inventory coming on and buyers start jumping on all levels. If you want to know when that is, rewind about 30 seconds. All right. And finally, sales prices. I want you to look at something. Come in close. Real close. Closer. There you go. Look at that slight little turn at the bottom. We're leveling off. When I said last month, don't look for those prices to be in the negative percentages much longer. This is what I was talking about. Proof's in the pudding, right? We're right on track. That was our bottom. Hopefully, and look, if I'm wrong, delete this email. We should see this line start to trend upward by the end of next month and then follow the same path as previous years, but peaking again in June. All right, so here's where I tell you exactly what these numbers mean for your home sale or purchase in the next 6 months. To be honest, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has me all messed up. The word on the street is that the Fed isn't likely to continue to raise the interest rates, at least not on the same track that it laid out at the beginning of the year. However, with rates taking a nice little dip to 3.99 on Monday, which had me saying WTF, and then jumping back up to 4.15-ish or something a day and a half later, thanks State of the Union, only Tink knows how that's going to shake out. Put you on the hook with that one, buddy. All right, so all I'm going to say right now is that inventory is coming. Not back to normal, but it's definitely coming. Everyone can sense it. Interest rates, which are primarily based on the movement of money between bonds and stocks, they're really going to be the thing that determines where we see prices go. Tink, I need you. Explain that a little more, and then kind of what you see happening or happened yesterday, happening today, and then what possibly for tomorrow.
All right. So very, very simplistic terms, uncertainty, unrest, things like that will bring investments, will bring people to put their money into sure things, the more or the less volatile things. What's that? Bonds. So your interest rates are going to track with bonds a lot more closely. So, COVID, what happened? Rates plummeted. Everyone freaked out. The world's going to end. Rates plummeted. That's why we had this refi boom. Rates have been going up for 2 months straight. All of a sudden, Mr. Putin gets involved in something that he shouldn't, and the world's blowing up and World War III talk, stuff like that. What do people turn to? A safety net.
Right.
They go to bonds. Rates dropped. So we saw basically a quarter down in 2 days. It was crazy. We loved it. Yeah. We thought maybe that was the end of rates going up. And then today we've seen literally a quarter up. So I don't know exactly why. Maybe because of the State of the Union, everyone thinks, hey, yeah, everything's fine. We're peachy. Let's go back to our regular investments. Don't care about bonds. So bonds have, just dropped out of the sky, which means rates have gone up literally a full quarter today. So it's a wild time in the interest rate world.
And so at the beginning of the year when we talked, we saw somewhere around like a 4.5 being kind of capping out for the year, and possibly kind of, just doing this nice little increases over time. Is that still going to kind of be the case, you think? Or do you think it's just all over the place and hold on to your seats?
It's getting harder and harder to predict. At the beginning it was, hey, we've got these rate hikes coming. There's going to be 4. Yep. No, actually, there's going to be 7. Oh, wow, crazy. Yep. Rates are going to be at least 4%. Well, we hit 4% in like 3 weeks. So it's like, okay, what's your next prediction? So it's hard to say. I think they'll do what they can to limit the damage, Sure. I don't think it's going to get out of hand. I think for your business, for buyers, for things like that, I don't necessarily think that we're going to, see people get out of the market because of rates going up a little bit. Monthly payment's going to be a little harder than maybe we want it to be, but I don't think it's going to get wild.
Okay. That's good to know, and that's good for buyers to know if they are waiting out kind of that inventory a little bit. We know that a lot of people aren't, and they're very nervous. You and I are working with a lot of buyers right now that they wanted that 399 on Monday or whenever it was. Tuesday morning came around. Oh, excuse me. Yesterday we figured that out at 399, and then State of the Union happens on Tuesday. Wednesday comes along, and it's like, never mind, tricked you. Yeah. So look, I guess the best thing is to just tell people, get off your butts, and if you see something, go after it. And when and if you can lock in, do it now, because I don't expect them to stay where they're at. I mean, I thought, hey, look, we've got this thing going on overseas. Feds aren't going to, kind of hike those rates. They're going to kind of leave everything kind of status quo. But then everything kind of started shifting around with everybody else, and that completely threw me off. So foot in mouth. So, good thing I wasn't on here kind of predicting that. So that's right. That got shot on, my butt in about 2 days. So, all right. So anything else? You've got any programs, anything like that can help people that are looking to kind of grab something, while they're waiting to kind of find that closing date?
Sure. We got everything you need, man. No, we do. We actually do have something kind of new. It's called our Get Committed Plus program, and we can actually lock a loan now without a contract, without a closing date, without anything. It's only good if you are feeling pretty confident. A December 20th person, if they would have done that, you're a genius because you can lock for 90 days. Okay. It's a little bit of a hedge on your bet. So it's a higher interest rate than you could do for like a 30-day lock right now. Sure. But it gives you 90 days with a secured interest rate in a rising rate environment, which can be nice. So that's something that, hey, I'm really scared of the market. We really want to buy. We can't find anything. We can do that. We can lock it in today, and you've got 90 days to move in. If you don't move in, hey, the lock cancels, and we kind of start over, see where the rate is.
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, to me, that's something that can be invaluable for somebody right now who's kind of freaking on the edge right now of going, well, look, if I'm looking over the next and we're getting, a lot of this inventory, if it's slightly coming on, if I'm getting into multiple offer situations, I think your Get Committed program is fantastic because that runs people through kind of an underwriting process all from the get-go, which means there's not a lot of uncertainty on the other side of the seller side. Right. So I look at those kind of things when I'm helping a seller. So again, this is great, just great information. And it's, great stuff that you guys got going on over there. If you have any questions or anything about this Get Committed program and these rate locks, contact Jonathan Tink over at Compass Mortgage. But other than that, you got anything else, Tink?
Nope.
I was going to say, if you do, you got me. All right. That's a wrap. We'll see you all in April, where hopefully we see a much more subdued situation overseas, leading to a more predictable real estate market for the second and third quarters. Until then, be good to each other.